Celia Cullen, 5th on the SMU career assists leaderboard, averaging 9.92 per set. That's 3rd best in the ACC. Maya Tabron had her 10th double-double on Friday night against Miami, her 7th in conference play. The 22nd ranked team in the country, Florida State, and number 10, SMU. We are getting so close to NCAA tournament time, something that Chris Poole knows all too well. He has led Florida State to 4 ACC championships and the NCAA tournament in 15 of his last 17 seasons. Underway in Big D. Quick set to Natalie Foster. And that's a way to get things started for SMU.
A great sign for the Mustangs is getting those middles involved early. The very first point, you're setting up your bigs, and that's going to relieve your pins throughout the match. So way to set the bar high. Shout out to Celia Cullen right there for making that decision.
Here's Maya Tabron with first serve for the Ponies. Set to the right side for Yane Henke. Wheeler unable to get it off fingers. That's the initial call. Jams thought she had the point. Looking up top, may have a very quick challenge here.
Jams looked pretty convinced she threw those off the fingertips of those FSU blockers. Neither line judge giving that call, so they're going to take a quick.
The original call is ball out of bounds. SMU is challenging a touch on the play.
That's Ben Piper, the down official. Charlie Tamez is the up official this afternoon. Look at that right pinky finger. That's what Jams thinks that she... Lengthy look at it from Ben Piper on the DV Sport replay system. He has additional angles to what we have available here on the broadcast. It's on my wish list to be able to get exactly what he's seeing on that screen. Maybe someday.
All angles. That would be awesome. Let the crowd see what they see. Play it on the video board. That's always what we look forward to if they replayed it. And sometimes it would help and go in your favor because you saw the play and what happened. And sometimes you didn't want them to replay it because you knew what happened.
Review is complete. Call coming from Ben Piper. It is a touch. Call is reversed. Point to SMU.
And that is the first kill for Jams Wheeler in the books for the match.
After review, there's a touch on the block. Point SMU. SMU will retain their challenge.
Jams had 7 kills on 26 swings Friday night in the Mustangs' 4-set win over Miami. Florida State was at Pitt on Friday and swept by the Panthers. The overpass. It's getting chilly in here. Frost knocking it down.
She went up, mouth drooling, a perfect gift from those passers as she got an easy kill. 2nd of the night so far, off to a great start.
3-0 SMU. Light touch from Henke. Now to the other side for AK. Florida State gets its first point. And Chanel has our keys to the match.
FSU has really focused on being in the red zone and executing at the end of the match. So finishing off those games strong and, of course, limiting errors.
Hill had a 2-time All-SEC selection for Arkansas. Emery Dukes on service. Celia Cullen feeding Foster. Point still alive, kept off the floor. Again by Ellie Bolton, but this time out of bounds.
Bolton with some tremendous defensive efforts there on the coverage, smacking that ball up where FSU thought the point was almost over and then just barely missing that pancake on the roll shot over from SFU.
Here's Dupes, redshirt junior out of Marietta, Georgia. Cullen back set to Nia Chamay.
You can never forget about Nia Shimei, either on the right or left side of the court. And she gets up on this ball, swinging high off the hands. Defenders not able to
ever do it from the service line for SMU. Natalie Foster. Head into the donut.
Head starting off this match with some off speed coming from the outside. Not big swings yet, but she's finding success in the middle of the court, the donut, where SMU is struggling to get underneath.
Lauren Robertson, grad student from Memphis, team leader with 512 assists. Cullen right back to Shimei, light touch this time. Florida State keeps it alive. Cullen again, this time to Okamore. Hits that back line.
Gorgeous swing. She's not running a slide there, but she's still going off that 1 foot behind Cullen and finding the last few inches on the court. Beautiful execution right here.
Here's Nia Shimei. 9 kills for her in the Mustangs win over the Hurricanes Friday. Big, hard shot from AK. Her second kill.
AK playing on the right side in this specific serve receive rotation in a quick, easy kill on the first ball to side out and go back to serve.
Reigning ACC co-player of the year. She shared it with Anna DeBeer from Louisville. Taylor Head. Nothing that Wheeler could do with that.
Switching it up and going for the power shot to the sharp T court. Jams Wheeler reading it well, but not being able to get that dig as she's cutting off the SMU libero, Brooke Frazier, to try to dig that ball.
Koenig with her team leading 6-5. Long. Tied at 6 in set 1.
Very similar to Foster for SMU. Koenig has a high-risk, high-reward type of serve. You can see she has a hybrid. She tosses it with 2, and then she puts some spin on it, so it can be very unpredictable to passers.
James Wheeler, the senior from Austin, on service. Right to her, can't dig it out. Kylene Filimawa.
Filimawa smoothly running over to that right side of the court. Coming up, jumping off 2, but swinging like a slide going to that cross court.
Cullen to Shimei from the back row. Kept off the floor by Kylene. Cullen to Tabron, off hands, kept alive. Cullen there to send it back to the Knoll side.
And what a great dig coming from Head in that corner. One-handed stab, fully laying out, and then you get a tough set right here, super tight. Cullen is all over it and bringing that fierceness back into her squad.
Tied at 7. Ellie Bolton puts it in play. Set up. And traveling out off the right hand of Corey Lewis.
Corey Lewis looking for that sideline shot right there, but missing just by a few inches. I think if she gets sets again, she's going to find some more space.
Up until Friday, Lewis had been in the lead for ACC hitting percentage for a good amount of time. Surpassed after that latest match, now at number 2 on the block. FSU knocking it down, led by Filimawa.
First block for FSU, but we've seen some other blocks in here that have been covered up. So both teams are working hard in transition right now to get underneath their hitters, getting up and slowing down these attackers.
Kenna Phelan puts it in play. Shimei from the back row, too low. Perry teaming up with Henke.
2 in a row, and they're gaining some momentum here. SMU has to keep swinging hard. They can't get knocked down in their confidence. It's still early here in the first set, but we might see some off speed just to mix things up a little.
Dumped over by Cullen. Saw a couple of those on Friday.
She is a master when it comes to the two-handed throw over. She first of all got a dime from Maya Tabron, went up, jump set, completely sold it, and no defender was there to read that ball as she just threw it on right over into empty space.
Casey Batenhorst Her role as a serve sub, had an ace on Friday. Now up to 13 on the year, but her run ends after just a single swing. Side out to Florida State.
It was a great swing by Koenig going up, bringing some frustration to Chimay on the block there. She was impressed over the 6.
Koenig to Chimay. SMU will have another chance here. It's Chimay again. Opportunity for the Seminoles. Henke to the floor. Her second kill.
She's getting a really great out-of-system set here, but she's not coming in hot, not really selling it. I think Maya Tabron needs to get to that ball and be ready because her elbow was not back looking like she was going to swing.
Tabron. Talk about power.
And talk about a response there, missing the dig, but coming back, siding out really fast for SMU with a huge swing, going at the heads of these FSU defenders.
Mustangs trail by a point. Tabron on service after a kill. Quick work to Kelsey Perry. Welcome home.
Showing off for her home state with an easy kill. Starts with a perfect pass right here. Setter is up, giving her a nice high ball. Only one blocker in front of her and not taking enough space.
Dupes well long. Here's Foster. 57 aces on the year. SMU's single season leader, also #1 in the ACC. Overpass. Chimay able to knock it down. And Chanel Foster is just dealing, in addition to the aces, causing a lot of overpasses right now.
Absolutely. An overpass is just as good as an ace, right? It's a free ball to your hitters right on the net. They're just thirsty for those kinds of balls. It's almost an automatic point getting those overpasses. So she's doing a great job causing chaos and causing her team to get quick, easy points and allowing them to go on runs.
Great long pass over to Taylor Head for the Florida State point. Seminoles retake the lead.
Head really hung in there for that one, finding that gap right at the last second and pummeling it down straight to zone 6.
Lauren Robertson played 4 years at Memphis before coming to Florida State. James Wheeler able to tool the block for the Mustang point.
And Wheeler is such a mature player. She has power, but she also is so smart. She's not always going for the big kill, but we've seen her do it before, absolutely. But she knows how to use the block to her advantage.
Over 1,000 career kills and 1,000 career digs for Wheeler. Koenig denied by Tabron. Now Wheeler again, diving. Dupes keeping it off the floor. But Florida State long on the attack. Mustangs lead 14-13.
And the SMU block is doing a great job, not necessarily getting stuff blocks, but they're slowing it down. And their defenders are getting perfect digs so they can get kills in transition and forcing the other team to error.
Miscommunication there on the FSU side. Do you have it? Do you have it? Neither of us have it. An ace for SMU, and the Mustangs are the first to 15. A 2-point advantage for the Mustangs. Sunday in the ACC.
Is so good, and each one really matters and carries weight, but they have to enjoy it along the way, and they play best when they're having fun.
Nia Chimay with her latest kill following an ace just prior to the timeout. 4-0 SMU run, a 3-point Mustang lead. Corey Lewis trying to end that run, can't do so, wide of the line.
That's that same set and same shot she was going for earlier, trying to redeem herself, but missing in the exact same area.
This is only the second meeting all time between Florida State and SMU. The first one came on a monumental day in SMU history. President R. Gerald Turner announced that the school had accepted an invitation to join the ACC. Coincidentally, the Mustangs were in Tallahassee and had a match that night at Florida State against their future ACC bunkmates. The Mustangs won in a sweep, 25-23, 32-30, and 25-19. Lauren Ollinger led the Mustangs with 17 kills. Celia Cullen had 32 assists, and Brooke Frazier with 15 digs in what was a huge win, not only for SMU in that season leading up to an American Conference championship, but really to let everyone know that the Mustangs will be able to compete with Florida State and other upper echelon ACC teams immediately.
And this year's mantra for SMU is on a mission, but that just didn't start this year. That definitely started last year as they were building that momentum, they were building that confidence, knowing that they had something to prove coming into this new conference, and they had to do that by starting off strong where they were at. So they have grown so much, they've come a long way, and they have definitely earned exactly the spot that they're in right now.
In talking to a lot of SMU student athletes last year after that announcement, they were still in a bit of a shell shock for a while coming to SMU, and of course not knowing what the future held in conference realignment. There were talks for a long time that SMU would be headed to the Pac-12, and then weeks later it's the ACC in a done deal. Everything became official, of course, July 1st of this year, with the Mustangs entering this new era. AK going back to the line after the latest kill from Taylor Head. Head leads Florida State with 6 kills, no errors on her 7 swings. A.D. Okamore on the slide.
SMU always wants more of Okamore. She's coming off of a really hot night against Miami, and she is carrying it over into this set. She's almost hitting a perfect match so far, in front and behind the setter.
18-14 Mustangs. From the back row, Koenig. She has 3 kills.
You have to keep your eyes on her at all times, whether she's up front or in the back row, because she is a threat. She is a long pin hitter who can play defense. She passes well. She has great vision and is clearly a very mature player, so she knows how to score points.
Seminoles within 3. Back to Tabron going cross court. SMU will have another chance after the overpass. Nady Okamore able to tool the block.
Okamore right now is 3 for 3, hitting 1,000, and has a big sub block in there, so she's feeling good headed off to the bench.
SMU dropped the first set against Miami on Friday, and in our post-game visit, Nady said that it wasn't for lack of effort. Mustangs just were not playing like they normally do. You had to put it up to full throttle for sets 2 through 4. Mustangs getting off to a great start here today. Not the same set 1 lull they had on Friday.
And this is a swing that Tabron normally does deliver right here. She is going hard inside that block, going for the outside defender, pulling off the net. And man, she just carries so much power in that arm.
Here's Bolton. SMU into the red zone, a 20-15 advantage. Filamalu meets the SMU wall.
Foster tallying up her first block of the night, making it really tough for SMU to find some space on the other side of the court.
Timeout. Chris Poole and the Seminoles got to talk things over. Only 4 points away from dropping set 1 here to the Mustangs. Well, this is Daddy-Daughter Day at Moody Coliseum. No better time to talk about Coach Sam Erger's dad, Jim Fish. He is a prominent high school volleyball coach in Michigan at North Branch High School. Top 10 winningest in school history. He's nominated for National Coach of the Year this season. His North Branch team just won its district, beginning a playoff push. And in talking to Sam in pregame, you know, her dad, of course, had a lot of influence on what she ended up deciding to do as a career. But she was coaching club ball in high school, and then during her college time at Bowling Green, Coach Fish was trying to say, all right, what's next? What are you going to do? Do you want to go the high school route? Do you want to go the college route? And college obviously seemed to be in Coach Erger's wheelhouse, and she is thriving.
Yep, Coach Fish was definitely nudging her in all the right ways, asking her questions, really making her think about her career choice. And he obviously was a great influence to her and somebody to look up to. And as we see now, the coaching DNA in her bloodline is clearly a successful one, as they both are at the top of their game in each region of coaching that they are in.
Coach Fish, good luck in the state tournament. He has led North Branch to back-to-back state championships and been inducted into the Michigan Volleyball Coaches Hall of Fame. Tabron and Foster teaming up on the block.
Bolton starting it off, causing some confusion there with that short serve, bringing him in, and then a hard swing coming from Filumau. But Maya Tabron flying in, pressing those shoulders back, and making that ball fall the last few feet of the court.
Back-to-back block assists from Tabron and Foster to give SMU a 22-15 advantage. Again, feeding Tabron. 3 kills to go along with her 2 blocks.
She is hot in all areas of the game right now. She's swinging hard. She's putting up great blocks, getting quality digs, and just an all-around great passer. So Coach Erger did a great job recruiting mature, elite players who maybe weren't the biggest names out there, but they know how to play together, and they've trained well in the short amount of time they've been together.
Feeding Henke. Long Mustangs to set point.
And that's a crucial error there coming from FSU. SMU is in the last final points of this set, and just giving them 3 points like that is only giving them less work to do going into the next few sets. So you want to make them at least play the ball.
Mustang faithful rising to their feet on set point. 24-15. The Seminoles stay alive. Big knock from Kylene Filimawa.
Filimawa has been swinging super tough against this block. But man, SMU has been finding ways to slow her down, and she finally caught a break there on that one.
Kenneth Phelan will put it in play. Member of the All-ACC freshman team a year ago. Cullen to Foster to close out the first set. 3rd kill for Foster, 9th assist for Cullen. SMU takes the opener 25-16, ending that set on a 6-1 run. Sunday afternoon in the Atlantic Coast Conference, 2 ranked teams battling in Dallas. SMU riding a 5-game winning streak entering this matchup with Florida State. Mustangs take set 1 at 25-16. SMU hitting at a 464 clip in that opening set.
And that is because they have 4 players hitting over 400. When you have that kind of distribution, the other side of the net doesn't know how to slow you down. You have so many players to think about, which slows down your blocks, opens up some gaps, and then your hitters are able to find some good space on the floor.
Nia Chimay leading the way with 3 kills, along with Foster, Okamore, and Tabron. All of them with 3 kills apiece. 750 hitting percentage for Foster in that opening frame. Taylor Head leading the way in both categories for the Seminoles. 6 kills, no errors in her 7 swings. Puts her at a hitting percentage of .857. Casey Badenhorst will have first service for SMU. Polar opposite of Friday's start for the Ponies. dropping that opening set to the Hurricanes. Seminoles get the first point of set 2. But Chanel, this was a situation on Friday where, again, the effort was there, but just not playing at their capability. SMU captains deciding to go off the floor and have a discussion before set 2 out of the sight of the fans.
Yes, this is a team full of very mature players, and they like to lead from within the team. It doesn't have to come from the coach, and that's exactly what Coach Erger was looking for. She wants them to be intrinsically motivated. It needs to come from the players if it's going to be most impactful. And so they know the caliber of play they're able to be at 100% of the time, and the difference between 1 and 2% is a lot. So they have to lock in and really focus here at the last few matches of the season.
4 kills now for Chimay, and on the other side, Koenig heating up. She has 4.
Koenig hitting over 600. She's playing pretty effortlessly on these swings here, swinging high, finding those gaps. FSU needs to find ways to keep feeding her the ball.
2-1 Seminoles early in set 2. Foster couldn't get it through Lewis. Head denied. Now Cullen to Wheeler. Dug out by Dukes. Light touch by Head, kept off the floor. Now Chimay. Dukes, all she could do is protect herself. These are 2 of the best offenses in the ACC. Chanel ranked 3rd and 4th.
You see Pitt at 340, Stanford 320, SMU following really close at 274. But I'm telling you that 1% right here, Florida State 273. It's a matter between 3rd and 4th place. So every point matters, not just the last 5 at the end of the game. You have to take in consideration every single point of the match.
Free ball for the Seminoles. Taylor Head takes advantage going down the line. Her 7th kill.
Head going with that thumb up shot. Her momentum's taking her in a little bit, and she's cutting it off over that right shoulder of Chimay. Cullen not being able to execute a dig.
Cullen to Chimay. On the block, it's Lewis and Head.
FSU now taking the lead in team blocks. They're at 4. SMU is at 3. We're seeing a really big battle at the net here tonight.
Koenig on service. Over to James Wheeler. 3rd kill for her.
Dukes flying over all the way to almost middle back, throwing out one hand. She's got a lot of range, but James Wheeler just putting it in the most perfect spot, resulting in a kill.
Here's Nia Chimay. Dumala denied. Now Wheeler on the attack. Robertson off balance, could not keep that one up.
That's a dig you've got to execute right there. It wasn't a tip super close to the blockers. She was running through, staying on her feet, and just couldn't get a quality dig coming off of one hand.
4-4. Chimay had 9 kills in SMU's win over Miami. First time held below double figures since October 9th. Knocked over by Lewis. Now Frazier feeding Wheeler. Rolls down the net. Florida State able to keep this one alive. Cullen to Wheeler. 5th kill for Jams.
So many tough swings there for Wheeler. It was back to back to back. And FSU defense, they just kept fighting. Look at this dig here. It's just crawling over the net, and Taylor Head was able to lay out. But finally, Wheeler executing a kill in that 5-6 seam.
SMU leading by 1. Big knock from Taylor Head. 8 kills on 12 swings. No errors for her.
And Taylor had doing some really intelligent things right now. She knows Naya Shimei is in right back. So if you put the ball down the line, either swinging or tip and take her out of defense by putting her on the floor, they only have one option, and they're able to put a big block on the outside.
SMU retakes the lead, 6-5 after the service error. Florida State has 3 service errors so far. SMU with none. Wheeler can't keep that one off the floor. Fili Maua with her 3rd kill.
Fili Maua with a huge swing right here. A big gap between Oakmore and Colin, putting it right in front of Wheeler in the backcourt. A lot of speed coming off that arm.
Phelan will put it in play. Second generation playing for Chris Poole. Wide of the line. Point to SMU. Finishing the thought on Kenna Phelan. Jessica, her mom, played for Coach Poole at Arkansas. Now daughter playing for Florida State under CP. Down the line and wide from Fili Maua. In a negative hitting percentage for the Florida State outside hitter.
She's 3 kills on 11 attempts so far. She's getting some big swings, but she's got to limit those errors to keep her team above water.
2-point Mustang lead. Nearly able to trim it. Henke couldn't put it down. To the other side, Fili Maua. Cullen kept it up, and Tabron sent it over. In the middle, Kelsey Perry. Every time she gets in on the action, a big eruption in Moody Coliseum. Large cheering section for the Frisco products.
If they can get Perry involved more often on these swings, she only has 1 blocker up with her, and she's finding that deep court shot to be successful.
Tabron on the attack. Now on the other side to AK. Foster coming around. Denied by Perry and Koenig.
Make that the 5th block for the day for FSU. Especially against a large hitter like this, Foster. Foster finds so much success on this slide attacker. They definitely did their film and found a way to shut her down.
Cullen able to get it over. And again, Henke, her 3rd kill of the day.
Phelan flying to her right and coming back and flying to her left. They really made her work on that play, but I love the effort there defensively, giving her team another shot to take a swing at the ball.
Henke, a transfer from Cal State Los Angeles, where she was a first-team all-conference player and part of a national championship team. 10-8, Florida State Seminoles clawing back in set 2.
They're on a 4-point run right now. The momentum is definitely on their side.
Fili Maua on service. Now back to Koenig. Foster there at the net.
SMU returning the favor in blocks. They're trailing behind just by 1. They're at a total of 4 blocks right now. Florida State is being held to a .294 hitting percentage, pretty consistent from what we saw in the first set, but SMU has dropped. They were hitting over 400 as a team. Now they're hitting .095.
Foster and Cullen both getting credit on the block assist. Foster with 3, Cullen with 2. Badenhorst re-enters. Her team trailing by 1. Badenhorst picks up the ace, her 14th on the year.
She does her job so well. She has one job when she gets in there, and she executes so nicely. She puts in a nice flow, low over the net, making those passers really think about it. The ball's moving quite a lot, so it can be really hard to read.
The junior from Houston puts it back in play. Dumped over. Well done by Phelan.
It's a really smooth dump you see right here. She goes up, and they know that their middles have been involved. Frazier diving in, but it was so quick she can't get there.
Chimay to Tabron. Long.
Looking for the touch there. Tabron doing really well in the first set. She's hitting 0 now after that error right there. 4 on 14 attempts.
Pulling to Tabron. Taylor head all over it.
FSU slowing those Mustangs down at the net, not even giving them a chance to breathe right there. Tabron doesn't know where to go.
That's an All-American. Taylor Head, a 2-time All-SEC selection, getting it done in the ACC. Florida State has scored 3 consecutive points to take a 3-point lead over SMU in set 2. Chris Mykonski with Chanel Bramschreiber on ACC Network Extra. Natalia Newsom enters for the Mustangs and immediately registers a kill.
Erger knows when Newsom enters the floor, she will get a point. She goes up there. This girl touches 10, 11. Just throw it up, and she's going to find a way to put the ball to the ground.
A high flyer immediately on display. Maya Tabron puts it in play. To the other side of Florida State, knocked over by Head. Cullen to Newsom. Keep feeding the freshman.
2 for 2. There aren't enough good things that Coach Erger could say about this player. She is just a freshman, so you have to think her senior year, this girl is going to be unstoppable after 4 years of development.
Maya Tabron puts it in play on the line. Ace for the Mustangs, 3rd of the day.
This is the exact momentum that SMU needed. Newsom comes in, she produces 2 great kills. Tabron with the ace right there, and now we're all tied up.
29 aces on the season for the Colorado transfer. Head couldn't get it to the floor. Wheeler off hands, point SMU. 4-0 run now for the Mustangs.
Great pickup by Frazier there. Cullen pushing it out to Wheeler. Their connection is so solid. Finding those fingertips, sending Tabron back to the line once again.
Cleaning up some condensation before allowing Tabron to continue her service.
Filumao almost taking out Head on that pass there.
Mustangs in front by 1. Ending that surge, it's Audrey Koenig.
We're getting a lot of oohs from that swing right here. She's going up so high. Her point of contact is almost at that 3rd red right there. She's going over the block and putting it in the midsection of the court.
Here's Lauren Robertson at the line. Newsom denied by Corey Lewis. Freshman versus senior, and the elder statesman wins that battle.
Lewis with her 2nd block of the night. She needs to get involved a little bit more offensively. Excuse me, her 3rd block of the night, but she's hitting -500. So defensively, she's up there. Offensively, they need more of her.
Wheeler can't put it to the floor. Head denied by Tabron, and Lewis takes advantage of the overpass. Right after you say it, she gets her first kill.
Just speaking it out there for her real quick. Just a little nudge of help, but an easy ball. Cullen can't go up. She's back row right now, so she does a great job of putting this ball away, swiping it down to her left.
These teams trading lengthy runs. 3-0 Florida State run comes to an end on the service error Still, Florida State has 4. SMU has none. For the Mustangs to keep putting it in play, no errors. Not a common occurrence through a set and a half. And announcer jinx comes into play yet again, Chanel.
I was going to say, I feel like this might be the one. We might see it right here. But hey, with Foster behind the line, that's a miss you're okay with, especially when you have no errors on the entire match.
And immediately FSU follows that up with an ace coming from Koenig. 43 aces to lead Florida State this year. Well, as we...
The bus.
She can hang out. Hopefully, Dad doesn't have to give a big growling scream at a big point and scare her.
Right? And
I do tend to get animated.
Can't throw the baby, Chris. Can't throw the baby.
I get very animated sometimes, girl. Long on service, and a couple of service errors for the Ponies in this set. I'm going to give you back to Nurse Farlow. Okay? Love you.
Great to have you, Hannah.
James Wheeler gets the kill. Nearly had it. No, kept off the floor by Robertson. And Okamore takes advantage. Wow. Mustangs thought they had it once, able to recover and get it to Navy for the point.
Robertson barely getting there, and you send a free ball over to the Mustangs. They're going to capitalize on it. Okamore, wow, what a swing.
Hannah back over by that point. I was getting a little too loud.
That was perfect timing, for sure.
Cullen to Okamore. Another chance this time for Tabron. And Florida State perseveres to pick up the point. Their lead now is 20-17.
These digs and these defensive efforts are bringing energy for both sides of the net. You see players sprawling out everywhere, and the energy in the gym is just rising. But the momentum is shifting over to FSU, and we are now in the red zone of the second set.
Okamore. Nellie Bolton will go back on service after the latest kill from Nadine. She has 5.
Now we have Lewis for FSU in the front row. We've seen Bolton serve short before. This would be a good time to do it again and disrupt.
Getting to the left side, Jana Henke. 4 kills for the German.
Henke, 6'3", super long reach, getting on top of that ball in between those blockers' hands. SMU has got to find a way to close the blocker, leaving so many gaps for FSU to take advantage of.
Bolton to Cullen and to Tabron, able to tool the block off of Henke for the Mustang point. Ponies pull within 2. Here's Casey Batenhorst, had an ace already today. Her team trailing by a pair. AK, it took a minute. She does pick up the kill.
She's got 6 kills on 13 attempts, hitting .333, 2 blocks, and a dig. She's having an overall pretty good performance tonight. Her entire team is hitting .305 on the match. .407 for this set, though. A huge jump from set 1.
Cullen to Foster, gets it down.
Foster tagging that sideline left back, opening it up nice and wide for Cullen to find those hands, find that window, and she's able to execute.
Both teams into the red zone. Florida State 22, SMU 20. Chimay and Foster there to send it back to the Seminole side.
SMU making a statement here with this huge block. Head swinging hard, but that block is coming back harder.
Timeout called by Chris Poole and Florida. Well, welcome back to the Dallas area for Kelsey Perry, the redshirt sophomore for Florida State. Frisco Reedy product. She was an honorable mention All-America choice there, two-time first-team All-District. But having to play the #1 team in the country, followed by the #10 team in the country, there's no time to rest.
Now, those cards dealt to them definitely weren't of their choice, but they've been playing to their best of their abilities. But, man, on that off day, all I want to do is sleep and recover, definitely.
Team came immediately to Moody Coliseum for practice. Maya Tabron registers the ace for SMU. That's 4 on the day for the Ponies, 2 of them from number 31.
Tabron is being aggressive, going after Koenig in the right back because she has to pass, transition to go swing. But if you put that pressure on her in the passing rotation.
SMU ranked number 10 in the nation, according to the latest ABCA coaches poll. If the Mustangs are able to beat Florida State today, you look and try to figure out if there's a possibility to move up. Hit Nebraska. Both of them have only suffered 1 loss this season. They both came to SMU. Both happening right here inside Moody Coliseum, where Moody Magic was certainly on display. After the Florida State timeout, Tabron continues off the net. Kept up by Perry. On the attack, it's Taylor Head. And now Chimay can't put it down. Koenig gets the kill, her 7th.
And we see some relief on the faces of these FSU players as they are taking the lead just by 1. But every point matters right now. They need to go on a run right here, try to close it out, because SMU, they are fighters. They're going to take each point seriously, and they can definitely still win this set.
Wheeler to Chimay. Do not play with Nia Chimay.
She gets tooled on the block on the previous play. Now she's upset. She was asking for the ball, and she puts it away with authority. Look at that ball flying over the net.
23-23, and the best server in SMU history at the line. Natalie Foster. Head gets it to the floor. Set point for the Seminoles.
Being very shoddy. She has a lot of crafty swings in her tool belt. She's swinging hard down the line, taking out the setter or Chimay out of the offense, and then she's also finding that the off speed, the roll shot right to the middle, is also producing some points for her team.
The best at the line for Florida State this season. Koenig has 42 aces. Digs that one out. Billy Maua unable to end the set. We're going to extras. It's tied at 24.
And this is where Coach Poole shows a little bit of frustration with this season, how it's going in the end of these matches. They are throwing away points, like tipping out of bounds when you're in a 2-point set right now.
Here's Head. Cullen denied there from the back row. Tabron on the attack. Lewis all over it.
Lewis hanging up there, using her reach to her advantage and pressing over on that soft shot coming from Tabron.
Again, set point for the Seminoles. It does not come. 25-25 with Wheeler at the line.
Another error from FSU at a critical point. Coach Poole talks about this. These are the points you have to execute in order to win against the big teams and break into the top teams of this conference.
Billy Maua gets the kill. Yeah, huge point of emphasis from Coach Poole. Finishing This would be a huge set to pull from SMU on the road. 1 point away from tying this match at 1 set apiece. Can't do it on that attempt. Long on service.
And he tries to emphasize this point in practice, but if you talk about it too much, then the players get frazzled. There's some internal pressure, and that's not what he wants from his team. But again, 3 errors in a row from FSU, and it's still a 2-point match.
Ellie Bolton at the line. To the right side, hard shot from Filimawa.
Great swing here from Filimawa, putting Koenig down on the ground. She's out of the back row attack, but can they finish it right here?
27-26, Florida State.
And Newsome has entered the court. We know who SMU is setting.
Filimawa puts it in play. Wheeler on the overpass, but Newsome able to take it. That was dangerous. Looked like the Seminoles would win the set, but the Mustangs survive.
FSU, they get an overpass, can't handle that. They send it over tight, and Newsome again active at the net, and they are still.
Not how we thought Newsome would get in on the action, but despite an overpass, the Mustangs pick up the point, continue the set. 27-all, Batenhorst. AK gets the kill. She has 8, and another set point for Florida State.
You can't put a lollipop over the net right now. SMU is going to handle the ball well and find a way to execute. You have to go behind the line, still serve tough, but keep it in.
Can Florida State finish it this time? No! This has been an all too common story for the Seminoles late in sets.
And not a story they are fond of. This is a hump that they are trying to get over as a team, and especially against someone like SMU. These are just free points against a top 10 team in the country. You have to finish.
And Newsome on the overpass, knocking it down. Mustangs have set point.
Newsome, again, playing perfect. And mind you, she is a freshman, but when she enters the floor in this kind of scenario, she's so calm and her demeanor is just strong. She doesn't have a ton of energy coming in, but she's looking to get business done, and that's what she's doing.
After a handful of set points for Florida State, now SMU is there. Mustangs do not beat Newsome. Instead, it's Jamay to close out set 2, a 30-28 Mustang win, persevering as the Seminoles were in complete control.
Going in overtime at home, taking that second set, SMU has all the momentum now.
30-28 Mustangs, a 3-0 run for SMU to win set 2.
From behind the line and keeping balls in play for her teammates to get some more kills.
If she can pick it up offensively, Chanel, Maya will be in line to pick up her 11th double-double on the season. You mentioned it already, double figures in the digs category. 6 of her 9 double-doubles so far have come in Atlantic Coast Conference play.
She is super consistent, mature as a player. She handles her business both in the front and in the backcourt, and that is something that Sam really admires in an outside hitter, is that yes, she can produce kills, but what is her ball control like? How well is she passing? Am I going to need to help her out with another person on the court, or can she handle her own? And she definitely knows how to handle her own.
SMU in line for its 13th sweep on the season, 8th in the ACC. Florida State trying to avoid back-to-back sweeps this weekend. Fell in 3 at Pitt on Friday night.
And these sweeps matter. This is what the coaching poll looks at when they're voting. Are they going to 5 or are they sweeping teams?
How about that off the noggin of Cullen for Florida State?
And I think all she can do is laugh it off. I don't think I've ever seen that before happen in real life, but that's where you got to keep your eye on the ball as a setter.
Immediately recovers Cullen to Chimay.
Just a quick way to get some laughs in the third set, you know, relieve some pressure and have some fun just by doing silly things. Definitely not intentional, though.
1-1, and here's Tabron. Tabron with an ace. Her third of the day.
Tabron executing this serve right in the seam between both of their pin hitters, causing confusion. The communication has to elevate for FSU against Tabron.
3 of SMU's 5 aces on the afternoon. Florida State has 2. Perry able to hit the line to the left.
Crept that ball in there, throwing it over her shoulder, not even looking in that direction, coming back to her team, giving them some nods and some affirmations, spreading that positivity to try to get going in this third set.
Emery Dukes puts the ball in play. Cullen to Foster. Off of Perry. And down for the Mustang point after it hits the antenna.
We're 5 points in, and 2 people have already been smacked on the noggin so far. Not something you see every match.
Frosty Foster back to the line. Chris Poole needs to talk things over with Ben Piper first.
Not exactly sure what they're talking about, but maybe a good way to slow the game down. I think he's arguing just that the ball was not outside the antenna, but
The original call was ball out of bounds. Florida State is challenging in out.
Take a look at that on the official review. Chris Poole's Florida State team seeking its 4th win over a ranked opponent this season. Started very strong on opening weekend, beating number 25 Georgia, and then in conference play, back-to-back wins over Miami, who at the time was ranked 25th.
Stands, Florida State loses the challenge.
Natalie Foster will be able to continue on service. That latest kill gives her 5. Also has 4 blocks so far today. Bringing it to Koenig, kept off the floor by Foster, flying in. Head denied.
hugs all around there for Foster. You love when middles play some defense, not just at the net with blocks, but getting down and picking up that off-speed shot that you know is probably coming your way. Lots of teams like to pick on middles like that. They don't like to swing at them. They'll tip on you and make you try to hit the floor, and that's a long fall for somebody like Natalie Foster.
4-2 SMU. Too strong. SMU went through first set and a half with no service errors. Now have 3. I know Coach Erger goes back and watches these broadcasts, and I hope she is not a believer in the broadcaster jinx. Merely a coincidence that it happened right as we brought it up.
Just weird how it always happens that way, probably 90% of the time.
Chance for Koenig off the hands of Okamore. And now Cohen feeding it to Chimay. Lewis was there to send it back to the Mustang side alongside Head.
Lewis and Head standing strong there at the net. Tabron flying backwards, just skimming the end of the volleyball there. But SMU not being able to track it right back down. But these blocks are going to come in clutch for FSU, forcing SMU to find different ways to score. They're swinging hard. They know they're a powerful team with lots of physical hitters. What can we do at the net to make them get uncomfortable?
4-4. Cullen right back to Wheeler. It'll be a free ball for the Mustangs. Bolton to Cullen to Okamore. Head sent it back. Now Wheeler gets it down. Mustangs in front. Celia Cullen continues to rise up the ACC leaderboard on assists. 27 so far today, adding
middle shoulder as we saw, and she's on her knees diving around, setting her middles, so she will do anything she has to do to make sure her hitters get the best ball possible.
Tied at 5. Cullen to Okamore. 6 kills for Okamore, still no errors.
Okamore hitting .667. Offensively, it's just so strong right now, finding room over the top of those blockers' hands, hitting down the line, finding points with the off speed as well, throwing it over in the donut.
On the line and in for Corey Lewis. She reached the 1,000 career kill mark a couple of weeks ago against Wake Forest, the 7th Seminole to hit that milestone in the rally scoring era. Tabron with Lewis in front of her, point to the Seminoles.
The Seminoles have now reached double-digit blocks as a team. Lewis being a big part of that, closing it on those outside hitters, not letting them find gaps to rattle through their arms.
Tabron off hands, another chance for the Seminoles here, getting it to Henke. Filamala. Point Seminoles.
We see a net call there on Cullen. She's going up really aggressive, just a tad too much, ending up in a net call, which can be frustrating when a team hits it out of bounds.
8-6, Florida State. Cullen back set to Okamore, quick to the floor.
Okamore leaving a dent right here, going off that slide, rattling it through these two blockers. They read her well, just they can't find a way to slow down that fast arm of hers.
Within 1, Ellie Bolton. Filimau able to get it down. Kylene has 7 kills on her 16 attacks.
Filimau hitting .062, finding her way back into the set. Excuse me, now she's hitting 125 after that kill. Bolton just looking to her left, thinking it was going out of bounds, but landing easily inside the court.
Tabron can't put it down. Dug out by FSU. Foster there alongside Cullen. Off hands, and Cullen over to Tabron. Long pass, smart ball.
Tabron taking a big approach here. She's going up, selling it, and right over the block. The right back defender can't even make an effort to get there. She's still moving back to defend that line.
Saw Cullen and Wheeler both pointing to the sides of their head. Like, that was intelligent volleyball from that side of the net for SMU. And the Mustangs pick up another point with Baden-Horst at the line, tied at 9. 2 aces for Baden-Horst. 6 for the Mustangs in total. Right back to Filimala. But Tabron returns the favor.
Tabron getting thrown around in celebration for this huge block right here. Timing it perfectly. Look how high she is. And over the net, she is hanging in there and puts it back straight to the ground.
Scored 3 straight. 10-9 SMU. Chamay picking up the block. 8 on the day for SMU.
SMU really putting up a wall right now. FSU might want to try running their middles. A lot of the time, SMU has only had one blocker up with them, and they can pick either the 1 or the 5 corner and end up in a point.
SMU leads by a pair. Foster and Chimay there to deny from the back row. Head doesn't get the point. Mustangs keep it alive. Again going to the opposite, and Chimay and Foster are all over that one.
Huge applause from the SMU coaching staff for this. They are executing, blocking so well, and this is something this SMU team has been practicing and looking to get better at in their game. They want to be better blockers.
The State on Sunday afternoon. Block party for SMU results in a 3-point advantage over Florida State. Just really dialed in on defense right now, Chanel.
Just looking at the numbers, you got Chimay with 4. You have Natalie Foster leading with 7. You have Maya Tabron 3, Cullen 2, Okamore 2. I mean, as the other side, at the other side of the net, what are you thinking to try to get past this SMU block? And when they're not blocking, they've got great defenders behind them as well.
Attack error by Perry. Previous 3 points, Natalie Foster was in on all of those blocks. Able to get it over her this time. Badenhorst to Tabron. Taylor Head unable to keep it off the floor.
And that was a huge point for SMU. You see a diving dig coming from Badenhorst, getting back up, making the set, an assist for her as Tabron finishes.
Continues her run. By the way, ice cream for everybody, Chanel. That's 7 straight.
I think that might be the first one of the season.
At least during conference play. Tradition for Coach Sam Erger, her teams, whether it be at Baylor or here at SMU. If the squad can go on a 7-0 run, they celebrate at Cold Stone.
Just a fun way to get the team really involved in every single point. And I don't think the coaching staff is complaining either, because they definitely get to enjoy the splurge going to Baskin-Robbins, Cold Stone, whatever it is.
Yeah, they haven't been able to use their punch cards much lately. Saw a lot more of it last season in the American. Competition is very stiff here in the ACC. Hard to go on those lengthy runs. Florida State showing why, now pulling within 4.
Quick point from FSU here. You see Koenig there on the outside. Maya Tabron shifting to her left, and there's a gap in the block, making it really easy for that kill to go down in the 160.
Dukes on service. Now Cullen to Chimay, right at the libero.
And poor Dukes, she has been putting on a show tonight, making some great digs, but she has also been attacked down this line with some heavy arms. She's definitely got to keep her hands up and ready to defend her face, because you definitely...
Natalie Foster does it again. The best in SMU history adds to her record.
She is confident, and her coaching staff is just speaking life into her as she goes behind the line. She doesn't even know how good she is, but I'm so happy for her getting this record, and it's going to be tough for the next person to try to catch up on.
That's 58 on the season. Follows it with an error. And Coach Erger said she knew that Foster was going to break that record 4 games deep into this year. She had 14 aces just in those first few matches.
And Coach Erger is somebody who believes in vision. She's had vision for this program, and she has vision for each and every one of her players, and she'll speak life into them in early stages because she sees their potential, and clearly she was right.
Nia Chimay into double figures, her 10th kill. First player on either side to reach double digits. (18-12) SMU. Head knocks it down. Now she has 10 kills.
Great swing there from head. Tabron playing pretty shallow, trying to take that ball overhead, just smacking it up, and Chimay can't change directions quick enough to try to bring that back in play. It's a tough ball.
Koenig with the service error. That's 10 of them now for Florida State today, compared to 4 for SMU.
Coach Fool talked about his team having what he called the red zone whoopsies. They've been making habits of making errors at the wrong time. So they're trying to break that. It's late in the season, but he was hopeful that against a top 10 team like this, that they could try to get some more consistency when it comes to the last few points of the match.
Lewis trying to go at a tough angle there. And it's below the tape. SMU into the red zone. 20-13. Hard shot from head, wide of the line.
I like that swing. She's staying aggressive. She's not being timid, going up and just tipping the ball over the net, being defeated by this SMU block. She's trying to find the edges of the court, and you can't get mad at a player for going hard.
James Wheeler with the ace. 8th of the season for the senior from Austin. That was her first ace since October 6th against Boston College. Taking a look at the ACC standings, volleyball elite, Pitt and Louisville 15-1, tied for first place, and then SMU just a half game.
You know,
and people like him in that role.
Absolutely not. The information that comes through my email after every single set from Lawrence is so helpful and key to getting exactly what we need to make sure you guys are getting the best version of this media presentation possible. So he's a big part of that.
Much better view of that young man. Greatly appreciate all of his help.
Lots of hard work, and I hope he wears blue light glasses because he does a lot of research online.
23-14, the SMU lead. Cullen to Foster, off hands. Able to tool the block. Vili Maua getting the points. 8th kill for her.
Vili Maua still swinging strong. She's got a really powerful arm. She is just trying to hammer her way through this SMU block.
And Kenna Phelan try to spark a rally for the Seminoles.
Get outside hand now. Get outside hand. Here we go.
Second on the team this year with 28 aces. Tabron right at head. Now a chance from the opposite, but Cullen and Foster are there to send it back and get SMU to match point.
The fierceness, that bulldog you see wearing number 3 in this blue jersey, Celia Cullen, man, she knows how to get this team up. Everyone in the stands really appreciating her work at the net there.
Casey Baden-Horst with a chance to close out the match for SMU. From the back row, Baden-Horst can't dig it out. Seminoles stay alive.
They get a perfect pass there and going to execute, but this is where they struggle. Can they handle the pressure here? Down by 8.
Off the net, and a service error closes this match. SMU with its 6th straight victory and 13th sweep on the season.
The Mustangs know how to execute. They are so well trained, they are mature, and they're not afraid of anyone, especially on their home court.
Second set was as tight as it could be, but SMU just too strong in set 3, winning 25-16, led by Nia Chimay, who finished with 11 kills and a 381 hitting percentage. Look at the overall numbers on the match for both teams. SMU finishes with a 319 hitting.